Hey guys, good morning PB. Hi Miss Natalia. How are you guys doing? Morning Bu Dewi. Hi Bu Valencia. Let's see if we can get Joanna on. Joanna!
Hi, Mr. Warren. How are you?
Oh my god, it's been so long!
It has. How have you been? Are you in Jakarta right now?
No, I have a house in Bali, so I'm teaching remotely from here. I'm
Yeah.
sitting at my desk. You look so well.
Thank you.
You've grown up a lot.
Really? You think so?
Um, how long has it been? I haven't seen you since what, graduation 2017?
2018, I think.
2018. It's been 2 years. And
Yeah.
how's it been? Have you been back to Jakarta since then?
Yeah, I think we met when I went to NJIS to visit with Natasha. I think it was like a
Oh
year
yes,
ago.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
we met in the library, I remembered.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was a bit crazy the day you came. I remember Tasha was there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you spoken to any of the other classmates? I know
Yeah.
that Fina's been doing good as well.
Yeah, yeah. So Fina is in Canada right now, and Natasha is in London. But I think she's in Jakarta right now due to the current
Um,
situation.
Tasha went to Parsons, didn't she?
No, no, no. She went to UCL, I think. The
She went
fashion
to one of
school
the
in London.
design,
I'm not really
yeah,
sure.
yeah, the design schools over there.
Yeah.
Um, and Jaichi is he still in the States? He was at Embry Riddle
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
studying what? Aeronautical engineering.
Yeah, yeah, I believe so. I don't know. I haven't been in contact with him for a while.
Yeah, yeah. So, how has university been? How's it over there with the corona? I mean, you're in what university are you at? Northeastern.
Yeah, yeah. I'm at Northeastern University. Right now, we're still doing like remote, but there's some classes that I'm doing in person. We have like a swab test every like 3 days. It's been good, adapting to the current situation.
The swab test every 3 days.
Yeah.
So they've been quite strict there. How are conditions like in Boston at the moment
I think it's
with
pretty under
corona?
control. Like everyone's wearing masks, and I feel like every single school, I feel like they require like a swab test like every certain day, and then there's like this daily wellness check every once in a while. So,
Okay,
or like daily, but yeah.
it's been a life changing. I didn't think that I'd be sitting behind a computer this long every day.
Yeah.
Tell me from when you left NJIS, going over what was it like? the change in climate from Indonesia, learning styles, everything. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so when I first graduated from NJIS, I was enrolled in this Northeastern program called NUN program. So I spent my first semester in Dublin, Ireland. That was a culture shock, definitely, because I didn't know that I was going to Dublin. I mean, Mr. Warren, you were there when I was like writing my Common App essays and whatever. So yeah, it was like pretty life changing. And then I went to Boston like spring 2019, I believe, and then have been in Boston ever since. And I think in terms of like just a change, definitely the classes are super different from where I was and how it was in NGIS. I feel like there's a lot of like learning curve.
How is it different, the learning in university compared to school?
Yeah, so I feel like NGIS is pretty, like everyone just like it's a very close-knit community where like teachers and students have like a one-on-one interaction. Like if someone doesn't understand something, like you would stop and you would like repeat the points over and over again, I remember. But here it's just like my classes are very big. Like there's about like 100 people sometimes, depending on the
Wow.
class. And a lot of the grading system are based on participation points. And I guess that is just like the Asian culture where like, you know, like sometimes like in Indo, like back in Indo, like you would just like listen to what your teachers say and like just write it down and like memorize it for the exam. While in here it's like they really train you to think critically and you have to sort of participate in like every other class so to get the grades.
Mm. So, I mean, I was there. I wrote a lot of your reference letters and stuff like that, and I think for me, it's sort of like a notch on my belt. It paid off all the writing and the common app
I remember, yeah.
applications
Yeah.
and the letters of application. I think you had about 7 different letters of application that you had to write. And um, what major are you doing at the moment? Because
Yeah.
I wasn't unsure about that because you were going into finance and economics. And how did you eventually settle on your major?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So I guess like ever since high school, I feel like you would know as well, like I've always been super business oriented. Like out of all my classes, I feel like business speaks to me the most. So I'm a current finance and accounting major. I finally go back to the OG. Because I feel like accounting, as they say, you know, like it's like the quantitative side of things, while like finance is more the qualitative. So I guess like hopefully they complement each other. So yeah.
Um, and with that, how do you feel that NGIS prepared you for what you're studying currently? Because you didn't take accountancy at school, but yet you're able to do accountancy at university level.
Yeah, okay, sure. So I took AP microeconomics and macroeconomics, and there was also like an introduction to economics class by Dr. Tomby, like I think 2 years ago. I don't know if it's still there. So I guess like
Yeah, Dr. Tomby, Professor Tomby. Yeah, he's still
yeah.
there.
So that class has definitely helped me because it allows like that the credits that I took was transferable. In terms of like accounting and finance, I feel like everything in university is just like you taking the risk and like just learning everything is new. But in terms of like how NGIS has prepared me, I feel like it's definitely the soft skills. I was given so much opportunity in NGIS to sort of experience and gain my confidence, leadership skills, and like having different projects and like you know just having that communication and like learn learn time management, learn how to manage my time, and um, yeah. So it's mostly the soft skill, I would say.
Yeah, because I remember you were quite busy, especially when you got to grade 12. I don't know how you did what you did, but you did it. But speaking of the leadership skills, what leadership positions did you have at NGIS? Just to tell everyone out there.
Yeah, sure. So I was the president for student council. I I was this high school student ambassador for Hojizora. And then back then, when I was in grade 10, I was the vice president for Habitat for Humanity Club. And then it's mostly like the capstone projects. I was the president for Jakarta speech competition. And I was also like pretty much involved within fine arts. I remember like performing and like, you know, playing the piano and stuff. I was also part of the basketball varsity team and NJIS competition, and then badminton as well. So pretty much involved.
It's interesting you mentioned that. I was actually thinking about this the other day, because looking back at my own life, I wish I had participated more in school activities. How do you think that it's, you know, hindsight is 2020. I was sort of like reclusive and quiet, and I didn't want to join anything. But looking back and becoming a teacher and teaching at my old high school, I was like, oh, I wish I had done that. How do you think that your participation in activities besides, you know, just attending classes, do you think that that made a difference to your experience as well?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it definitely sort of helped me become more confident and the person I am today. Like right now in Northeastern, I'm pretty like involved in a couple of other clubs, like, you know, Fintech Club and Impact Investing Club. So that definitely trained me. In the beginning, obviously, I was motivated through, you know, putting it on my resume, doing Common App essay, like every other high school student would do. But like looking back, I'm glad that I did what I did, and becoming like pretty busy, because it was all worth it.
So in the end, also, I mean, the skills that you learned through that, and I remember, I think your crowning glory in your final year was the debate competition that you did, the NJAC debate.
Yeah.
Tell us more about what happened there. How did that go? How did you start and get to the finish line there?
Yeah, sure. So it's actually a speech competition. I did a debate a year ago for Mu'en. She was also the 2017 valedictorian. So with the Jakarta speech competition, so it was my capstone project. I think Miss Elonka helped me sort of figure out what I'm passionate about, what I like about, and I realized that after taking a public speaking class, I sort of like talking to people. So I chose speech competition, and then I was actually inspired by our competing school, because they had a speech competition. So I participated in there. I think you were there when I was doing the debate competition, but then
yes, I was there.
Yeah, so I guess that what motivates me to sort of do that, and then it's also great for a capstone project at that time. I hope it went well. There's like, as far as I remember, 150 students. Like I needed a lot of volunteers at that time. I'm really glad that to have like the NJIS community support. Like all the teachers were super supportive. So yeah.
Well, it's good to hear that. I don't think that teachers often do hear. It's like, you know, we sort of like, especially the high school teachers, we sort of just like send you off into the world, and we hope that we hear about you, and we hope that you're successful, but we sometimes never get a recap of what's happened, or students don't get in touch. So it's good to see you're thriving that side, especially under these conditions.
Yeah, no, I honestly think it's because of how I'm grateful of like the community of NJIS, because the small school helped definitely building a one-on-one relationship with, like, you know, the teachers and everyone, just with friends as well, faculties, and even like the marketing people, or like, you know, the business team of the side of NJIS that I feel like I would have never been involved if I was in a bigger school. I feel like that support, that not just like from teachers, but also like faculties, like non-teaching faculties as well, that was really helpful for my time.
Yeah, the marketing department is great, especially when it comes to, I think student support. Raina had some great projects that she was doing. And yeah, I think to sort of bolster that success and make sure that students are successful, helping them and supporting them, I think the marketing department is fantastic with that. Ooh,
Yeah.
Natalie and Keo and TV and
Oh
Siska
yeah,
and
I
yeah.
remember PB was the one who designed my Jakarta speech competition poster. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without TV. She's
I
amazing.
could.
So, you mentioned about the clubs that side. What are you currently participating in? You were talking about fintech, or
Yeah.
what is that about?
Yeah.
What
So
are you
currently,
currently participating in?
yeah, sure. So right now, one of the clubs I'm involved in is called Disrupt. It's like a fintech club. So fintech is like an emerging financial technology industry. So I'm
Okay.
actually, I just like this semester we just launched a program called Finovate. So Finovate is sort of like a 8-week long program where students are going to be challenged to create a new fintech innovative idea. So that's like the program that I just launched about our team just launched a semester, like this semester actually.
And going down to Tintax, sort of what are these? What is the group going to be doing? What is their goal, or what
Yeah,
is the aim of the group?
sure. So we're hoping to sort of become like to give birth to like different fintech startups and hopefully like become like a fintech accelerator or like fintech incubator on campus. Right now, like fintech, they just offered a new sort of major in fintech. I'm currently a junior, like senior standing credit, so I couldn't really like switch my major, but I would if I could. Um, so yeah, right now it's just like supporting the community to like have that student organization support.
So another question that I wanted to ask you, because you were pretty driven in school. Um,
Uh-huh.
I remember you used to mission quite a lot. Um, how how did you get? I mean, what was that driving force behind you doing what you did? And I mean, you were determined. I think you told me when I first got there, you said, "I'm going to be valedictorian. I'm going to be valedictorian," and you
Yeah.
became valedictorian. You had drive from the get-go. I mean, that vision was always there. How did you maintain that? How did you? I mean, you were pretty balanced with all your
Yeah.
activities that you did at school, but you remained level-headed and you stuck to the goal. I mean, I got there when you were in grade 10, 11?
11, I believe. Yeah.
Grade 11, yeah. Um, so how did you stay on task? I mean, you had that vision. Where did that all come from? Because
Yeah.
I remember clearly in grade 11, I'm gonna be valedictorian, so I'm gonna be valedictorian, and
Yeah.
you wiped the floor.
Yeah. So I guess it's like I've always knew that I wanted to go to the US. Like US. I know back then I was still like debating. I know we had a conversation about SBJ, if you remember about it.
Yes, yes.
A lot of here and there, but I knew that I always wanted to go to US and I know it was gonna be competitive. I just always put into a mindset where like I don't want to look back and regret not doing the things that I could have done. I want to
Yeah.
make the most out of it because I know like my time in high school was like it like time goes pretty like very fast. And I guess that's how like I become very involved. Like I would spend like since 7 a.m. to like 7 p.m. at school with all the activities that's going on. So I guess that was my goal. Like I had like a goal. Yeah.
And valedictorian was that goal. And do you think that it's important to have a goal, especially in high school? People sort of think as high school as um, the starting block of something. Do you think that it's important to have these goals in high school?
I definitely think it's important to have a goal because if you don't have a goal, you would just like go as the river goes. And I'm a big planner myself, so I like to stay on top of things. But I also like looking back, honestly, I wish someone would have told me to enjoy it more because I feel like everything that I'm doing is constant work, and student organization work, and I just hope like I just wish that I had enjoyed it more. you know, like taking the time to myself and actually sort of finding the hobbies and passion I like. But it's definitely important to set a target. Like I feel like everyone should set a target. Like they should start figuring out, you know, what they want to do, because like time really goes by really fast, especially when you're in high school.
Trust me, when you start working, it goes even faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my 20s, time still drag. When you hit 30, it just flies by. I can't believe it's been like, what, 5 years since I've started at NJIS.
Oh my
It's
God.
absolutely crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, are there, I don't know if there's any teachers watching, anyone you wanted to say hi to that
Um,
might be watching?
I don't know who's still in NJS. It's been a while. Because I know like a lot of the teachers during my batch left when I left, I think. Like Miss
Well,
Bianca.
yeah, Mr. Lonka's in Egypt. But your mentor, I think, Pat Tombi, he's still there.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure he'll watch. Later on, he's probably got class now. But yeah, I'm sure he'll take a look. So, I mean, you spoke about struggles now at with high school and maybe doing too much and not being more present when you were doing those things. You know, you had your goal and you set your goals, and a lot of what you did, you said you did to like polish up your CV because you know how competitive the US was. What are you currently struggling with? Is there do you have any struggles at the moment, academically, socially?
Yeah, sure. So Northeastern has like this co-op program where you spend like 6 months interning like somewhere to get like a real life experience. So I guess right now my struggle would be finding that internship that I want. Um, because it's very competitive right now, and like a lot of the works are remote. So I guess it's like kind of a deja vu in high school, but like college is just way more competitive and way more like tough. Like I feel like there are people in high school that like didn't take high school too seriously, but in college I see a bigger change. Like I've seen my friends super like being super ambitious, super driven. Even like a lot of people are more driven than I was. um, so yeah, that's like I would say that's my current struggle.
Mm. And with regards to motivation, I mean, when you were at Andrews, you had that eye on the prize, which was valedictorian. Just
Yeah.
going back to that, is there anything that you're currently working towards? Any goals you've got set for yourself at the moment? Prizes and stuff like that?
Um, Not really. I just want to sort of hop into the banking world a little bit before I start my career. But then I feel like that's still a while. Like there are like a couple of steps I need to take before I get there. So I guess it's just like what reiterating what like I said. I wish that when I was in high school I sort of figured out my passion and my hobby because like now in college, although like I'm still trying to figure out what I like, I just have like less time. Um, so yeah, I'm still like figuring that out.
I think even as adults, you sort of wonder what you
Yeah,
like. It's not something that you ever really figure out. It's sort of phases that you go
yeah,
through.
yeah. So
Um,
exactly, like the thing about high school is like after high school, when you're done with high school, you just go to college. Like that's how it is, you know. Like
yeah,
most
yeah.
for most people, that's how it is. But in college, it's like after you're done, it's like you're on your own. So I guess that's like a bigger step to facing reality, I would say.
Do you find that you don't have, I mean, what is the support like there? Do you have people that you can speak to? You know, I'm talking
Mhm.
about like um, lecturers or a counseling department. What support do you have that side? Because I mean, it is. You must have been terrified. I was terrified when I first left South Africa to come and teach at NJIS. And
Um,
I was like 30 years old. So what's it like for you? I mean, you were a teenager. You were so young, and then moving to Ireland, and then from there to the US. What support have you had?
Definitely my family and my best friends, I would say. And then also like here on campus, I've met such wonderful mentors who have guided me throughout the way. Honestly, they like sort of tell me if I'm doing too much or like what should I do. So I guess the mentorship program in our school does impact a lot. And also just like the core support from our academic advisor and like our co-op advisor. So that's that. And just like I feel like people here are naturally supportive. They tend to like support you and then you support them. It's just like I feel like the most important part is finding a support system, and I'm glad I found it.
And what has been the biggest challenge? What has been your biggest challenge moving to the States?
I feel like in the beginning, it's definitely academics. Like, I was super scared and like worried that I, couldn't done better because I know like the people in my class are like also pretty much smart. Like, a valedictorian might sound amazing, but like I remember like in this business introduction to business class, I was sitting beside someone, and then he was also the valedictorian, and then the other person who sat beside, like behind my back, he was also the valedictorian. So I guess it's like more competitive. There's nothing special about like being a valedictorian
it's like
right now.
a gather.
Yeah,
Everyone's a valedictorian where you are.
So,
It's a huge it's still a huge achievement though. Not to diminish it, just because you're going to find other valedictorians. You're I think in the right place, and you're with your kind of people who are similar to you, who are driven.
yeah. 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 I mean, I feel like NJIS is just great. Like honestly, like if I would have turned back time, I would have still stayed in NJIS. Like I feel like academics wise, I get so much support from like different teachers. I remember taking this chemistry class with Miss Dima. I'm not sure if she's still there, but like I have absolutely no idea about chemistry, and then she would like take her time, like even after work hours, to like spend time with me and go through that. Um, it's just like the little tiny steps that sort of create, and I never knew that I'll be competing in like a badminton and jack competition, and there was I, and swimming competition even. So I guess like there's just a lot of opportunities and open door in NGS.
And in saying that, with the opportunities, going back to you in the States, what has been the most rewarding for you being in the States?
Yeah, I feel like my whole college experience has been rewarding. Like everything about it, like everything. Like I'm here right now. It's just I feel super grateful. Like I'm happy I'm in Boston right now. Getting the education that I've always wanted. I mean, you know best that I've always wanted to go to Boston. So, yeah, like just I feel like just a lot of tiny things. Like I hope I change to the better one, and I hope I've grown since high school.
So your qualification now is what, 4 years? Is
Yes.
it a 4-year degree? And
Yes.
then any plans after that?
Yeah, so I might want to try out to find a full-time job first before going to my master's. Either that or straight up dive into my master's. Because right now I'm actually a senior standing, so I could graduate next year if I wanted to.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I'm just trying to take my time to myself first while I figure out what I want to do and just move from there.
If I can give you any advice, one last time as a teacher, just do the master's. Get the studying, as much studying as you can. Do it and get it over with, and then go out there and do it. Because I find with a lot of students that I've had in the past, they've gone on, and I mean, I've got lawyers and dentists and doctors and all that, but when you speak to like people that have gone into accounting, and I mean, it's usually about once you've done your articles and all the rest of that stuff, it's about 6 years, and then they're a bit lazy. They just want to work and make money, and it's all about the money. but going back into it is probably one of the most difficult things. So as your grade 12 English teacher, one piece of advice: get your master's, get your PhD, and just get that done.
I wouldn't go that far.
You wouldn't go to PhD? Why? Dr. Joanna?
Nah, I mean, I'm good. I'm tired.
You're tired?
I'm tired.
Wait till you start working.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone kept on saying that, but we'll see, you know. It's still too early to tell, I would say.
I think, you know, they say in Afrikaans, regret comes too late. Go on, study your masters. Come on, you're the NJIS valedictorian. You can do this.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully.
So, no pressure. No pressure, Joe. We want doctors. We want doctors. Come on.
Oh, God.
Just in parting, is there any last messages? I've got a class coming up, so are there any messages that you want to send out to people? You know, the NJIS, it doesn't matter where the teachers go and where students go. I see a lot of them that have graduated that are still on the NJIS Instagram account, and I see many of the teachers are still connected to other teachers that have been there. They say NJIS is one big family. So any parting messages before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I guess it's just like a message for the current NJIS students. I feel like when I was in NJIS, I feel like obviously like I want to get like my high school done as soon as possible. But one advice I would say is to enjoy as much as possible. And I realized that a lot of NJIS students don't take the advantage of how like great opportunities and open door there is in NJIS, and that is the biggest mistake, I would say. Take every opportunity there is in NJIS, join as much student organization, like basketball, whatever, NJAC, just do it, and just, just enjoy the close-knit community, because these are the people that are going to support you, especially when you're doing your college application. That would be my biggest advice.
Yeah, I know about your college applications.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe, it's been absolutely amazing catching up with you again.
Yeah,
and
thank you so much
I'm
for
glad to see you're thriving that side.
Thank you.
And doing so well. It's good to hear that NJIS had an impact on your life.
Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
I hope that in 3 years' time, you come back and say, "Sir, I've got my master's and I'm enrolling for the PhD."
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully you'll still be in NJIS so I can visit you.
I probably would be.
Yeah.
It's been good catching up, Joe. Keep well.
You too.
And send my regards to your parents.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
What time is it there, by the way?
Oh, it's 10:30 p.m. I just finished my lecture. Yeah.
So you just finished the lecture?
Yeah, before this. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, Joe. Well, it's been good.
Yeah.
Semangat terus, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Been good catching up. Hope to speak to you soon.
Bye, sir.
Bye.